Hi, hello, welcome. Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are ready for more Caleb because I am 100% ready for this man. He 100% already just has my heart. Like, they just made this man in a lab perfectly for me. I am so excited to continue his story and see how his personality possibly changes, because at the end of the first chapter we definitely got a lot of possessiveness in his character, which I 100% liked. And I'm really excited to see how this goes, especially with Kevy. We were supposed to meet up with Kevy, but unfortunately it seems like we got held up. No, drugged. Caleb gave us some pills. I did not trust those pills at all, but overall it looks like we're just gonna have to work with it and hope it works out. We're just literally gonna dive right on in and to see what happens next. So give me a sec and we're going to night unending. I am scared. I am kind of scared because like I love Caleb, but I don't 100% trust this man at all. But that's perfectly fine. I think that's the relationship I have with all my fictional men. But yeah, we're gonna see. He gave us some kind of drug. I'm assuming technically it's medicine since we were kind of like coughing and sneezing, but it put us to sleep. And he is out doing work about the explosion that happened when we fought that Viper guy. So hopefully everything works out. I am praying. I don't know how this is gonna end, how it's gonna go, but I am very excited.
Why are you
Flashback?
into space? Mission's over. But hide the blood on your sleeve before heading inside. Since you're a grown-up now, I won't cover for you this time.
Oh, really? No, stay where you are. Caleb. Oh, one of those. I didn't like that. I opened my eyes, only to be greeted by warm sunlight on my face. It cast a dazzling hazy halo. As my vision slowly clears, all I see is a snow-white ceiling above. It was all just a dream. I sigh, rubbing my pounding temples. I feel drained, my body heavy. Last night, I was supposed to act like I was sleeping, but somehow I got dizzy and actually slept. Oh, we don't know the pills. It has to be the pills. We don't know the pills cause us to go to sleep. Random thoughts raced through my mind, and I grabbed my phone. The screen shows I had missed many calls. We were supposed to meet up with Kevy. I hope he's okay. Is it Zane? Yep. All of them are from Zane. I am so sorry. He's probably worried too.
The hospital can't reach his guardians, which could be a problem. I'll have everything arranged by tomorrow night at the latest.
Ooh. Then I'll bring Kevy to you at that time. I am so sorry to both of you. Oh no, Kevy. I dial his number, but the call never connects. I put on my slippers and rush to the door while texting Zane. As I open the door, a barrage of loud news alerts burst forth as morning sunlight casts a gentle glow on the floor. I change and run into the living room, only to smack right into a solid chest.
You're awake.
Hey, what time did you get home, buddy? Caleb's immersed in the bathroom. Steam is still coming off from his body. I hold my phone and step back, meeting his surprised gaze. I feel my heart pounding in my chest. When did you get back?
Around the crack of dawn.
He casually dries his hair with a towel and walks to the dining table. He grabs a piece of toast.
Why are you in a rush to leave?
I come to my senses, scrambling for a decent excuse. Oh, something came up. I won't be back in time for lunch.
You need a ride?
No, I'll be back before the sun sets. Oh shit. Oh no, that's not what we wanted to hear. So the Far Space Fleet has some. Okay. I freeze, staring somewhat incredulously at the screen in the middle of the living room. That missing kid has been found?
Yep.
He takes a bite of his toast as he approaches me. He places one hand on the back of the couch, his eyes looking over the news.
During last night's operation, they found him in a small garden, not far from the blockade. Oh, and he was holding a fragment of what appeared to be an ether core.
He just... They don't need this.
And the fleet's currently holding onto that shard.
Please don't give the fleet the shard. You're on that part? I am not looking forward to
If you're
this.
really worried, I'll keep a closer eye on his medical updates for you.
Dear God, I am not ready for this at all. I am... Okay. Now I'm kind of scared. What's happening? I see. We don't want this kid in their custody at all. Technically speaking, I should have felt relieved that Caleb found him. But there's this weird tension in the air still, weighing down on my heart like a dark cloud. Once Kevy's condition stabilizes, they should allow visitors, right? I want to see him.
Sure thing, Pipsqueak. But why the long face?
Caleb used to be against me getting involved in anything related to the explosion. Yet he's suddenly cool with it. If this whole thing really was just an accident, a series of coincidences, then I should feel okay about it. I'm worried about him. The question I still want to ask remains in my mouth. I take a deep breath to calm myself and notice the faint scent of something metallic, almost drowned out by the fragrance of his shower gel. It reminds me of blood. Caleb, please, bro. I grab his hand. Did you get into a fight during last night's cleanup? Are you hurt anywhere?
I'm A-okay.
Oh, Caleb, don't lie to me, please. I thoroughly check his hands to ensure there are no injuries.
Really, I'm fine.
And that's why he was taking a shower, right? All of a sudden, a cold hand touches my forehead.
Looks like your fever's gone.
It was medicine he gave us, right? I had a fever?
Yeah. As soon as I got back, I heard you calling out to me in your sleep. So I figured I'd make sure you were doing okay. Was it a nightmare or something?
It's nothing. Maybe it's because I've been pushing myself too hard lately. Or maybe it was the nightmare from this morning. Either way, I feel anxious. I glance at Caleb, who's grabbing a jacket. He nudges my shoulder to direct me elsewhere.
Why don't you wash up first? I didn't get a chance to take you somewhere yesterday. Do you want to go out today?
I hesitate, and before I can nod, his phone vibrates.
It's me. What happened?
What's going on?
What's going on?
Ugh. The voice on the other end of the call wipes the smile off Caleb's face. His brows furrow.
All right.
I don't think we're gonna hang out, are we? What's wrong?
Mia passed away.
I'm sorry? I am sorry? There's no shot she was getting better, though. In that moment, silence extends and wraps around my ears. Please, do not kill off both of these kids. You already did one of them. Sunlight hits the ground, but its chill creeps up like vines and steals my breath. Ain't no way they just killed her off. That has to be a lie. Please, please. What are we doing? I would have funeral. They really killed her off? Please tell me it was just a natural occurrence and it's not foul play. What do you mean septic shock? According to the documents I read, Mia went into septic shock because of her burns. They couldn't save her. Zane examined Mia's emergency treatment record, which perfectly matched the fleet's public statement. The medical records are too thorough. It's almost as if they're hiding something. Besides, no one actually witnessed Mia's death. Do not tell me they actually killed a 10-year-old on purpose, please. After the academic conference ended, Zane retrieved a classified file and departed with the medical team. He took these mysteries with him. Once he confirmed my safety, he didn't ask any more questions. Zane, please! As for Kevy, whoever went to such lengths to find him clearly wants him alive. For now, at least. Don't be too hard on yourself. But the story doesn't end there. The remains of the siblings' parents were found aboard the small vessel Joseph had taken, which further proves his involvement. The Far Space Fleet stepped in to address public concerns and quickly arranged an adoptive family for Kevy. See, I don't trust this family already. Everything progressed at a natural, rapid pace. Their flawless response is too perfect. It was like watching a chess game where every move had been planned in advance. Ugh, I don't like this. Where is this going? Beyond the barricade tape, reporters and photographers with cameras of all sizes gathered together, yet it's eerily calm in front of Mia's grave. When the funeral ends, the crowd disperses. Kevy stands alone by the tombstone, fiddling with the black armband that continues to slide down. His face is smooth and boyish. There are neither crystals nor grief. Kevy, are you okay?
Miss?
Hey, buddy. He looks at me, studying my expression before revealing a smile.
Yeah, the professor has been very nice. I'm moving to a new place soon.
The professor. Is he the one who adopted Kevy? I'm sorry. I planned to show up that night, but if I had found you sooner...
It's okay. The fleet found me in the end.
He speaks before I continue. His expression almost devoid of emotion. He's composed. But... I thought you said you didn't want to go with the fleet. Something's still off. Kevy managed to avoid being detected, even when they did thorough searches. The fleet didn't find him right until...
Don't worry, miss. I'll be okay in my new home. I'll miss my sister.
He speaks as though stating a fact. And why would a person be sad about something that already became a fact? It's almost as if I'm the one who's not quite ready to face reality yet. I push down the sadness bubbling inside me and give him Lucia, who's been cleaned. Here's the plushie Mia left behind. It should stay with its owner. Kevy frowns. He glances at the photo on the tombstone, surrounded by flowers and toys, as if trying to figure out who the person is.
I don't like toys. But because it's from you, I'll take it.
The confusion in his eyes only lasts a moment. When he looks up again, he has that serene smile on his face. After Kevin heads off with his new family, I stay where I am, and then I hear a familiar voice behind me. Caleb tips his hat and sets down a fresh bouquet by Mia's grave.
I'm sorry. Some fleet business got in the way.
It's okay. As your adjutant, it's normal for me to represent you when needed. For a long time, we stand there, silently observing the bright smile on the tombstone.
How's Kevy doing?
He's doing almost too great to be true.
Maybe the kid's just putting up a front. So, he hasn't really come to terms with his family and sister being gone from this world.
That can't be right. The doubt echoing in my mind almost escapes my lips. I slowly close my eyes and calm down. In less than 2 days, Kevy's condition completely changed from what I saw that night. This must be the fleet's doing. It seems an unseen force pushed for the rapid completion of Mia's funeral and Kevy's adoption. Does this mean Caleb knows what's really going on? Many adults struggle with tragedies such as these. I can only imagine what it's like for a child. Picking up on what I'm saying, Caleb gives my shoulder a comforting squeeze. He looks like he wants to say more, but he just lowers his head. There's a bit of sadness in his eyes.
Don't be too disheartened.
Okay. Ever since the explosion, everything has been wrapped up too well. The wind pushes one of the toys near the tombstone. It rolls and stops at my feet. Caleb bends down to pick it up. He dusts it off, and his insignia gleams silver under the dim light. I play with the hem of my shirt and hold back the questions itching to escape my mouth. I've known Caleb for a long time. I shouldn't doubt him without any evidence.
Let's go. We can relax somewhere else.
I don't think so.
Colonel?
The communication device on Caleb's wrist vibrates. He grimaces.
What is it?
There's a large group of reporters outside. They're making a scene.
I'll see what's going on.
Yes, Colonel.
Go ahead. I want to spend some more time with Mia.
Okay. I'll be right back.
Caleb? Just as he's about to leave, I stop him. I want to ask something. I look into that familiar gaze. Letting go of the hem I've been clutching, I smile at him. No matter what happens, I can always trust you, right?
Of course.
Are you lying to my face? I can't believe you. I can't trust you at this point. He moves his arm, seemingly about to ruffle my hair. Yet he stops and instead pats my shoulder. He doesn't want the dirt on his hand to get in my hair.
Wait for me.
As more people leave, the cemetery quiets down. I go for a stroll, walking along a gravel path. I'm closer to the exit. But the questions I couldn't bring myself to ask keep flooding my mind. If the Far Space Fleet were the ones who caused the explosion, what could be their motive? How much does Caleb actually know? Is there some untold story to how he became part of the Far Space Fleet? Is it really related to the Aether Core fragment? Is that why the fleet was desperate to get their hands on Kevi? But if it was just about the Aether Core fragment, they wouldn't have rescued him. Unless
the kid has something more valuable.
You're still kicking? I thought Caleb heard you a lot. You got some improvements on you? A cool breeze interrupts my thoughts. I turn around and see a dark figure behind me. He leans against a tombstone, his tongue darting in and out like a snake. Cracks and blotches decorate his face.
In this world, a lot of people want an Aether Core, but only a select few can handle its power without being devoured.
Oh. Kevi was able to go in and out of the little space that the Aether Core created. So if what he's saying is true, then only Kevi at this moment can control it properly.
And finding individuals like that is incredibly rare.
It's you again.
You're not even pretending to be surprised.
I mean, at this point, man. Why are you here?
To kill you, obviously.
Really? Ah. How lame. Ignoring his bluff, I pull back my gun. Who are you? Are you one of Ever's assassins? Or just someone who's interested in the Aether Core?
You managed to avoid the correct answer.
Bro, please don't do this. Just give me straight answers. He smirks, his expression showing no signs of being amiable. He holds out his hand to me.
Let me introduce myself properly. I'm Caleb's friend. You can call me Viper.
Oh, he's making that connection to Caleb. Seeing how I don't react, he shrugs and takes back his hand. Are you implying that what happened to Kevi was caused by his ability to use an Aether Core?
Don't be too suspicious. Though, seeing you be manipulated like this is annoying. I'm here to lend a hand. Don't you want to know what the fleet and Caleb are really up to?
I really do. What makes you think I'll believe you? When I express my doubt, he's caught off guard.
Fair point.
You got any evidence? While we're talking, the faint hum of a car drifts from the cemetery and extends over the wall. I look in its direction. The rear window slowly goes down. Kevi waves at me, an iron fence between us. I can't discern who the person next to him is. It's probably his new guardian.
What a lucky kid. Saved from the fate of being a normal person. It's better to dance to the tune of the strong than live a plain life. A pawn is still a pawn, but they have a chance to survive to the end of a large chess game.
What have you done to him?
Finally, you're asking the
Bro.
right questions.
A hint of mockery flickers in those gray eyes that are fixed on me.
Don't you care about him? Go and see for yourself.
Right now? Without realizing it, I catch a small, shiny object that was hurtling towards me. I open my palm and see a uniquely shaped disc.
Tomorrow afternoon, Shell 7, 93rd Azure Way Road. See you later.
Okay, we're getting somewhere. I don't trust this guy, but I believe he's telling me the truth, or at least partial truth. The figure sways with the wind before instantly vanishing like mist. As I thought, Caleb is not 100% trustworthy in this extent. which is interesting. Like, the Far Space Fleet, they definitely wanted Kevy and his ability to control the ether core. But what are they going to use him for? Just as, like, a pawn, basically, like he said? Just someone on their side? This stuff is nail-biting? It is! Like, I'm getting closer to unraveling the mystery, but I still feel so far from everything. Chell 7, 93rd Azura Way Road. A beautiful and secluded villa sits in a white veil. It's impossible to tell whether the building is surrounded by mist or flowing clouds. The signal Jimmer Viper gave me allows me to silently scale the back wall and enter the courtyard. Is this where Kevy's living now? The tree's shadows cast diagonal lines across the grass and meticulously trimmed shrubs. The wrought iron fence enclosed the entire space resembles a carefully crafted prison. What exactly does Viper want me to see? Walking around a tree shadow, I notice a familiar figure standing in the center of the garden.
Miss, you're visiting me.
Ah, yeah, buddy. He smiles, seemingly unperturbed by my sudden appearance. It's nice to see you again, Kevy. I respond with a grin that holds an equal amount of warmth to his smile. Is this your new home? Is everything okay?
The professor said I'd finish my coursework here. He thinks I'm talented, but I still have much to learn. As I move closer, I find that Kevy is holding a brightly colored bird in his arms. I found it in the garden.
Oh, please don't hurt the bird, Kevy. He pinches its talons and watches the small bird struggle.
If I break its wings, it can stay here forever.
Ah!
It will die very quickly, though.
I'm sorry? I am sorry, Kevy?
The professor said if we damage the bird's neuromuscular system, it won't be able to fly, but it will believe it can.
Holy shit. What happened to Kevy? What did they do to this child? He wasn't always like this, right? He feels too cold. He's too robotic. That's what it feels like.
Slowly, it'll get used to its life on the ground. The bird will then forget that it's supposed to fly.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. That kind of feels like it parallels maybe what's happening with Caleb. Caleb wants us to get maybe used to life with him, so we forget about our other life. He wants us close by his side. I like the imagery, but oh my god, please do not hurt the bird, Kevy. A bone-chilling voice, tinged with childlike innocence, sends shivers down my spine. Kevy, who is the professor? What's he like?
I can't tell you. You're not my family.
Family, huh? Do you remember Mia? After the fleet found you, did something happen? Can you tell me?
My sister? She's dead.
Yeah, they did something to Kevy. This is not the same child we met up all those nights ago.
The professor said it's wrong to be sad. I shouldn't be sad.
I am sorry? It's perfectly fine to be sad. It's a sad thing. His twin has been dead. What is going on? Okay.
I'll have a lot of brothers and sisters. And I'll be strong.
What do you mean by brothers and sisters? A lot? What the hell is going on? It gets deeper. The mystery gets deeper. What the hell are we doing?
I've always believed when you lose a loved one, you're supposed to be sad.
Yes, that is a natural reaction. It's perfectly fine.
But miss, I don't feel that way at all. Should I be sad?
This is still Kevy, right? Did they drug him? Brainwash him? Kevy's fingers inadvertently relax, and the bird uses this opportunity to flap its wings and soar into the sky. He lowers his head, tears falling onto his palm. A confused expression appears on his face again. Wait a minute. I touch his shoulder, ready to speak comforting words, but a faint mechanical noise catches my attention.
System error. Attempting a second reboot. The primary personality is attacking the control program.
I am sorry? A reboot? Weird dot. He was touching with that band at the funeral. My gaze flickers to a thin metal bracelet on Kevy's wrist. It emits a faint blue light. Like, this is...
No, it shouldn't be like this.
Kevy, are you okay? Can you hear me? But no matter how many times I call his name, Kevy doesn't respond. He stands still.
I shouldn't be... I shouldn't forget.
His sentences are fragmented, as if someone programmed is taking over his mind.
The chip. Rereading. Inputting memory.
In the blink of an eye, his gaze focuses on me again. Before he can wipe away his tears, he smiles at me and slowly shakes off my hand on his shoulder.
Miss, you're visiting me.
We are not doing this. They really rebooted him.
It's time for you to go. The professor will be here soon.
Who the hell is the professor, though? My chest tightens all of a sudden. We actually do need to get out of here, though. Is this what Viper wanted me to witness? Did he want me to see Kevy being manipulated to the point where his memories are being rewritten? Could a fleet be behind this? Or maybe... Girl! Someone... Yeah, let's go. Time to haul our ass back over the fence. At the sound of footsteps draw closer, I jump over the wall and hide in the bushes.
Did something happen, Kevy?
It's nothing. The bird just flew away.
The composed, slightly exhausted voice speaks again.
I see you're struggling to restrain the fragmented consciousness that isn't yours.
I am sorry?
Those memories, emotions, and feelings don't belong to you. Don't let them consume you.
Those are his! All of a sudden, the air goes still. Then...
Was that girl, Mia, also part of your plan?
Yeah, of course, Caleb is here! My heart races all of a sudden. Caleb, bro, what have you gotten yourself into? From just beyond the wall, I hear Caleb's voice.
She didn't show any signs of transformation, so why?
You're overthinking it. For normal people like her, we don't need to get too attached.
That was a child! That was a little 10-year-old. What do you mean don't get attached? You killed her!
Letting your emotions run wild and blaming yourself for every little mistake, it will only hold you back.
We're not doing this right now. Caleb is here? It feels like I've been splashed with cold water. A chill runs down my spine as I try hard to stay calm.
How is everything going on your end?
Bro, what are you doing?
We'll soon be done with cleanup. As for the salvaging process, we'll pick up the pace.
The plan will be starting again. You must ensure she doesn't interfere with it.
Me? Are you talking about little old me?
Otherwise, I won't be able to keep this a secret for much longer.
What is the plan here?
She won't.
Oh, please don't see me over here. Yo. Stepping outside the gate to the garden. Caleb senses something, please no. He stops in his tracks and turns around. All the windows lining the corridor reflect the reddish sunset as they converge at a single point.
What's the matter?
It's nothing.
Oh, please don't tell me he can sense our presence. The fleeting figure appears to be a trick of the light. He averts his gaze, observing the layers of fog which cover the outer wall.
If that day truly comes, and she discovers everything, I'll keep her hidden.
Yeah, I figured that.
She'll be in a place where no one can find her.
That sounds so ominous, Caleb, please. Despite my extended leave status, my urgent message doesn't raise any eyebrows among my colleagues in special operations. After requesting support regarding Kevy's condition, I also informed Captain Jenna of my deduction that the spatium core fragment had likely fallen into the Far Space Fleet's hand. In response, she repeatedly emphasizes Skyhaven's complex situation and would rather miss an opportunity than allow me to attempt a risky reacquisition mission. I promised multiple times not to act rashly. Soon enough, Andrew's search yielded preliminary results. Unsurprisingly, looking up Far Space Fleet and mind control chips gave no results. Sounds a little bird cagey. It is. This man really said, I'll just keep her locked up where no one can see her, but only I can see her. Of course, I understand. As I end the call, the clamor of traffic fills my ears. Above me, interwoven orbital tracks gleam with flowing streams of stars. The bustling scenery around me feels surreal. The moment I stop focusing on work, all the thoughts I've been pushing down start to rise up. Caleb wasn't just aware of the Far Space Fleet's action. He also might have been involved in this scheme. Could his consistently vague whereabouts and highly classified cleanup be part of it? And what happened to the siblings was definitely not an accident, as the professor claimed. One thing's for certain. Even if Mia's death was an accident, the fleet deliberately took Kevy. The fleet must be using some kind of chip to control Kevy and Joseph. They probably have goals that extend beyond obtaining ether core fragments. I lower my gaze and notice a metallic glint from my pocket. The necklace I had gifted Caleb still adorns my neck. Amidst the chaos these past few days, I forgot to return it. And in my coat's hidden pocket is a new self-monitoring chip I brought from Special Operations, just in case. Forgive me, Caleb. After a few minutes, I finally pull out my phone and dial Caleb's number. Are we gonna bug him? Put a tracker on him? Hey.
What's up?
Nothing really. I just wanted to tell you my extended leave from the association is ending. I'll be heading back to Lecon soon.
Has the date already been set?
No. I've been in Skyhaven for a couple of days and got caught up in all sorts of things. I haven't had the chance to properly spend time with you. When you'll be free? Is right now good?
Sure. I'm ready when you are. Do you have a place in mind?
I look up. A nearby tower, the Aerospace Center, looms over me. Its spire piercing the sky. Moonlight gently shines over it. It used to be Caleb's stomping ground back when he worked at the Deepspace Aviation Administration. The serene scene changes as holographic advertisements dance among the clouds. Head over to the Sunset Promenade on the Aerospace Center's outer ring to witness a type, was it Aya, supernova thousands of light years away. I heard there's a supernova today. It's not every day we get to see that, right? Let's check it out. Meet me at the Sunset Promenade in an hour. Oh, how is this gonna work out? Oh, this got really depressing and sad. The secret between us is a pretty big secret on Caleb's side, though. Why is it called Annihilation? Hello? Stepping off the shuttle's platform, I see the scenery of the main island unfold before me. As night descends, the ring-shaped net encircling the towers glow like planetary rings. Amidst the flowing lights of neon signs and holograms, people eagerly discuss the upcoming supernova they'll witness.
What will happen to the big star, Mom? Maybe they'll... I'm not sure. I'm sorry, honey.
A memory that lay dormant for so long awakens and envelops my thoughts. Caleb, you have another project?
My science teacher wants us to build models. Everyone's either doing the solar system or a black hole. It's boring. Do you remember the supergiant Gran showed us? The one that's 2,300 light years away? Its supernova will be the one our generation has the best chance of witnessing firsthand. I want to see it.
Oh, I remember. Didn't she also use it as an example? She said that no matter what difficulties we face in the future, you should protect me. It's like how a ring system protects its planets.
Gran never said that, though. Are you just remembering what you want to hear again?
But she did say it.
Actually, Gran said that powerful stars are destroyed by forces from within. Meanwhile, fragile humans need to endure outside forces. We don't need to face the future alone, though. It's like how planets and their ring systems are born together. They'll also fade away together.
Oh, don't tell me that. I don't like that last line. I basically said that. Anyway, you have to help me finish this week's extra reading assignments. Can we not show a flashback? I come to my senses. This place is crowded, and everyone is trying to find the best spot on the sunset promenade. Someone steps on my foot. As I try to step to the side, I lose my balance and stumble into an unexpected embrace.
Sorry for the wait.
A hand grabs my wrist. I look up and see Caleb's slightly amused expression. I love that people are excited to see the lights of a star's end. I wish I could see that now. I think that would be a really pretty thing to see. Caleb!
In Skyhaven, you can catch a glimpse of cosmic wonders every now and then. Though this is the first time I get to see a supernova. What? Why are you looking at me like that?
Why is he acting like nothing happened? Why is it always so difficult to understand what he's thinking? Caleb grins and leans in.
Where'd you go today?
I just walked around.
This place is packed. Hold on tight. Don't get lost, Pipsqueak.
I'm not a little girl. Caleb, slow down. He grabs my hand and walks quickly. Yet his grip is firm. It reminds me of when we were in school. He always held my hand like this back then. For a moment, I'm stunned. I start to question if the voice I heard this afternoon is really his. How could Caleb change? No, he hasn't changed at all. If anything's different, it should not be him. As I watched them walk, a bizarre idea popped into my head for no reason. Is there something inside Caleb that's controlling him? Is it changing him? Oh, interesting theory. On the edge of the viewing platform, Caleb discreetly moves to stand behind me. He acts like a shield from the bustling crowd. Below the glass floor, clouds ripple like waves while a hologram appears to start the countdown. We can see Skyhaven's University's clock tower from here. And look at all those fighter jets over there. Is that the aerodrome for Aerospace Academy?
Yep. With exams on the horizon, I bet a bunch of my juniors are preparing themselves for some serious cramming.
The last time I visited Skyhaven University was for your graduation. Time flies.
It sure does.
Do you regret it? Caleb leans on the railing, turns to me, and smiles.
Regret what?
Being admitted into the Aerospace Academy and becoming those 1 in 10,000 deep space fighter pilots. I hesitate, unable to find the right words. You're on an entirely different path now. It wasn't one you chose in the beginning.
Stuff changes all the time. It's fine. What about you? When you were a kid, you nagged me about using my evol to hold you up high. You even insisted I launch you into space.
Yes. Well, that's kid
Do you
me.
still dream about exploring the universe?
That's just nonsense kids say. Caleb raises his head. There's a fleeting sadness on his face. I almost wonder if I had imagined it.
Back at the shelter, I remember you said your home was beyond the stars. But we couldn't even get past the walls and barbed wire.
Yeah, the teachers always said the outside world is dangerous. We are too little to go out. Though, when you're cooped up in one place for so long, the outside world can be more appealing than ever. Yet all we could do was hang out on the rooftop and count the fighter jets flying past us. I once asked you about why they would crash and if the old railroad by the shelter led to the sea.
The fighter jets crashed because they got attacked by wanderers. As for that railroad, at the end of it is a patch of weeds. We'll figure out everything about this world, one step at a time.
But how can I trust you, man? I can't trust you. Really? I'm starting to think some people's hearts are more mysterious than the world itself. Like, you for example. You're a walking vault of secrets right now. I can't tell if my thoughts are written all over my face to the point where you can see everything. I look into his eyes and hope to receive an acceptable response.
Well, Pipsqueak, since you're interested in secrets, there is one thing.
Which is? The noisy crowd suddenly falls silent, and dazzling lights fade into the night. The hologram's light continues to glow like water. Only the countdown remains. He grins at me, his voice as serene as a passing flock of birds.
It's starting.
The people around us look toward the sky, but his gaze remains fixed on me. I almost lose myself in his eyes. After a moment, I find my voice and flash him a smile. Oh, right. Close your eyes. I have a surprise for you. I pull out the necklace from my pocket and put it around his neck.
Who gives the same gift twice?
Okay, but who lost a precious gift from others? If it disappears again, there won't be a next time.
All right. I promise I won't lose it again.
Please let it in. Please get me out of here. Oh my god. Okay. What are we doing? It's so pretty though. although it dazzles from the farthest reaches of the universe, a single star has fallen apart. Spending time in space, a foreboding sight emerges and enters. What do you mean foreboding? Bro, where are we going? Okay. The electromagnetic radiation from the supernova will persist for some time. To protect Skyhaven, a floating city powered by energy, aerial shields have been activated above us. After we witness this brief brilliance, night descends onto the cityscape once more. Tonight, Caleb will go out again. Yeah, of course he will. According to him, Skyhaven's lockdown will be over soon, along with the cleanup. I say goodnight to him in advance, then I enter my bedroom, draw the curtains, and force myself to close my eyes as I rest on the bed. In these dark hours of the night, I eventually hear the door being pushed open. The faint sound of footsteps draws closer. Realizing it's Caleb, I keep my breathing steady as I pretend to be asleep. A gentle touch lands on my forehead. He's gone. Why did Caleb... My mind is in turmoil as I press my head against my chest, trying to stop my heart from pounding too quickly, and slowly get up. I look out the window and see the night scenery. Then, taking a deep breath, I activate the tracking feature on my hunter's watch. Target is being tracked. Okay, I think it's about to really start right now. We're about to really get into the thick of it. It seems Caleb hasn't discovered the tracker embedded in the necklace. With all these complex leads, only Caleb could unravel these mysteries as he's burdened with countless secrets. When I try to leave, I notice the door doesn't budge. Be for real, he locked us in our room? Did Caleb intentionally lock me in the house? I raise my gun and aim at the lock. Without a second thought, I pull the trigger! Oh, we're going all in. We do not give any fucks at this point. Yeah, he locked us in the room. I guess he assumed we were actually being knocked out and then he'll come back before we wake up and unlock the door and act like nothing's happened. But since we actually shot the lock, Caleb's gonna have to notice that. Okay. Flares illuminate the night sky. They're bright enough to make it seem like daytime. Meanwhile, destroyed streetlights sway in the wind. 2 to 3 story steel structures cast looming shadows on the cracked pavement. A palette of dark coat hues surrounds them. Amidst this desolation, the only source of vibrant color is the orange barricade tape. How can there be a place like this in Skyhaven? Thick wild grass covers the ground, a testament to the years of having been abandoned. Yet these pieces of metal shine as if they're new. Beyond the bars of steel, the faint outlines of various aircraft hint at the place's history. The signal from the necklace abruptly vanishes. There must be a signal jammer in this area.
We will now advance to the east zone.
Test site? Testing for what?
Shh, quickly now. They won't find us here.
Who are you? Before I can react, I'm pulled into a makeshift shelter made from discarded equipment.
It's just the rain. We need to keep moving.
I turn around and pull out my gun, only to see a young girl's face illuminated by the light reflected off a puddle. Crystals adorn her skin. She wears a thin dress but she's unperturbed in such cold rain. In the distance, officers wearing Far Space Fleet uniforms move closer. They're armed and on high alert.
Isn't it weird how these monsters are getting more aggressive?
The contamination levels here are extremely high. They're practically indistinguishable from wanderers now. Stay frosty.
I'm sorry, indistinguishable from wanderers? Are they talking about people like the girl? Because she has all those crystals on her?
This batch of specimens is on the brink of transformation. Salvage value at 0%. Requesting confirmation to do the cleanup.
Excuse you? Specimens. So they are experimenting on people then. Is that who this girl is? Specimens? Is she one of them? The crystalline growths on the girl's bodies are similar to Kevy's, but far more severe. She's almost completely transformed into one of the monsters from the N109 zone.
Hey, can you check if I'm still alive? Is my heart still beating?
Oh, don't do this to me. Urging me, the girl grabs my hand and presses it to her chest. I look down. A fist-sized cavity covered in crystals is in her chest. Within it, a large crystal pulsates and eerily glows in the place where her heart should be. Oh, don't tell me that. Yeah, clean up means take out all the specimens who they cannot use anymore. How? What happened to you? Her skin, drained of all of its color as she stands in the rain, betrays the weight of her memories as she cowers.
As I was dying, someone whisked me away from the ward and took off the white cloth on my face. They made a promise. After one experiment, I could live again. Who wouldn't want that?
So they are taking ordinary people and just giving them promises they can't keep. They know they can't keep them. As she speaks, the crystals creep further up her neck, yet she appears oblivious to them.
It's a shame. If I passed the test, I could have been the professor's daughter.
That's what Kevy meant by brothers and sisters. Okay. Okay. So apparently her body is not taking well to the crystals, so she couldn't pass the test. But it seems like Kevy did, because when they found him again, he had no crystals on his body. I see. Okay. Curling up into a ball, she hides her face and muffles her sobs. The rain covers her anguish. The professor. He's the one who took in Kevy under the pretense of adoption.
Sir, who gave us a second chance at life. He's our father.
It hurts so much because it seems like they all thought this man really cared about them, but he did not. He just sees them as specimens. Now I know for sure that he was the one walking next to Caleb at that villa. He's definitely involved in the experiment, and he must have done something. Must have something to do with the Far Space Fleet. The lockdown and cleanup are just a cover. The fleet's true targets are these.
Power. It's warm. And you smell really nice.
Oh, please don't tell me she's being taken over by the crystals, please. Lightning splits the night sky, casting light on this narrow space. She stops sobbing. The girl raises her head, and I see her tear-streaked face. Click. The crystals fall. Those dark eyes are consumed. There are only empty sockets reminiscent of eye holes and a mask.
Can I eat you?
No? She seems to lose consciousness, but then her cold fingers grab my wrist.
Your strength. Give it to me.
Sensing her abnormal strength, I swiftly pull back. I use the momentum to throw the girl off balance and force her to fall to her knees. Raindrops trickle down her temple. Her skin is like a human's. I hesitate for a second before reaching for my gun. That single moment cost me, and a sharp pain shoots up from my knee. The crystalline spikes protruding from her shoulders pierce my left leg. My blood mixes with the rain. Ooh, we are walking bait. Oh, how are you supposed to hide this injury from Caleb? How are you supposed to get back home with this injury in our leg out of all places?
I said, you should let me eat you.
Ah, I don't think I taste good. I have a horrible diet. It's as if a silent signal has been given. Several figures emerge from the shadows and stagger toward me. There's more? How many of these specimens did they miss with this cleanup? Black crystals have engulfed every part of their bodies. They're barely recognizable as humans from their outlines. The crackling sound of burning flesh resounds in my ears again. Their silhouettes blur with the ones I remember from the N109 zone. No, those things are already here. They're all here for the ether core. As they close in, I have no choice but to fight through the pain. I push the girl away. Holding my gun, I struggle to stand. Bullets cut through the rain and pierce the leg of two figures at the front of the group. However, they don't stop. Gritting my teeth, I aim for the shoulders of these people. Another shot rings out, and the girl's twisted convulsions come to an abrupt stop. But I didn't pull the trigger. Oh, please no. Please do not turn around. It is Caleb. I cannot deal with this right now. The figure before me dissipates into energy particles. It's similar to how a wanderer disintegrates after death.
I found the missing specimens. Stop them.
Okay, we can make this work. We have to hide. Hopefully they didn't see us. Girl, if we don't run. Several lights shine harshly, and I hear the synchronized sound of guns being drawn. A bullet whizzes past my ear, yet those people who have been shot multiple times continue to lunge at me. Oh, we're screwed! We're screwed! I think Caleb is here. Amidst the howling winds, the space in front of me distorts. A vortex appears, sucking in and tearing apart 2 or 3 looming figures. What is that? Is that Caleb? The rain stops, and the smoke from the guns and crystal particles appear to be suspended in time. Don't show Caleb. Ah! Oh no. Ah. Hey Caleb, hey buddy. I was just out for a nightly stroll. I wanted to smell the rain. I just happened to stumble here. How are we gonna explain this to Caleb? How the hell is this gonna work out? We have to get back to Lincoln at the end of this, right? Through the veil of raindrops, and a different face gradually comes into focus. Raindrops are deflected away. What is he gonna do to us now? We know a lot more than what we should. Caleb. Oh, this turned out so much worse than I expected. Frozen in place. I don't know if I should call out his name. It looks like he's so disappointed in me when he crosses his arms over his chest.
What are you doing here?
Just out for a walk? Can we say the same about you, right? Oh. There we go. I should be the one asking you that. I bite my lip before speaking in a more serious tone. Those monsters and wanderers are actually what you're cleaning up, right? He takes a step forward and seizes my wrist with a lot of strength.
Now do you see? In this world, there will always be people who want your power.
Caleb. Okay, it might not be that bad. Caleb only knows that we know about him doing cleanup of these people slash monsters. He might not know that we know about the whole professor and Kevy thing yet. We might be able to make this one work. In a dance of light and shadow, his expression remains indiscernible. And before I can open my mouth, the cries of wanderers fill the air. I avert my gaze. The remaining figures struggle against the vortex, and a metaflux slowly dissipates. As the wind screeches, the energy particles coalesce into a larger wanderer. It roars before advancing toward Caleb. Caleb, be careful.
You're the one who needs to be careful.
Me? With a stern expression, he grabs my shoulder and pulls me behind him.
Are you trying to prove you're strong enough to trespass into restricted zones by yourself at night?
I think we're good. He might not know about us knowing about the professor thing. We can get out of here.
You should only do that sort of thing when you're not throwing yourself into danger.
Ooh, battle! Okay. I can do this. Let me switch over to vertical. Oh, I didn't fix it in vertical. That's perfectly fine though. We'll just make it work. Where are we? Capture? It is that. Okay. Oh, what are we fighting? What are we fighting right now? Oh, that doesn't look good. Is it on manual? It definitely is. Hold on. Let me do it myself.
It's okay. You still have me.
Ooh, nope. Other way. Okay.
Does it hurt?
Ooh. Yes, that actually hurt like hell.
You can't break our connection. Take cover. Time to change our strategy. Get behind the rock spikes. The waves can't touch us then.
Oh. Ah, okay. That's smart.
Wait for my signal.
Ooh, I like that.
Chance to strike. Once we take out the repulsion core, it won't stand a chance. Start firing now.
Ooh.
A routine. Looks like we're perfectly in sync.
Okay.
Step back. Keep yourself safe. Time to play peekaboo with the rock spikes. Hide behind it. It's okay. You still have me. Target has entered the containment zone. Position's locked. Fire.
Ooh, okay. Ooh, run away from that. We do not touch that.
No worries. Keep attacking.
I need to break his barrier thingy. Oh, run.
Fire.
And just let that hit him.
Time to play peekaboo with the rock spikes. Hide behind it.
There we go.
It's okay. You still have me.
Ooh. Oh, run. There we go. Okay, out of the way. He's gonna do the thingy. There we go. Okay.
Wait for my signal. Fire.
Run away from that. Where are you gonna go, buddy? Oh, it's a lot.
Play peekaboo with the rock spikes.
Okay.
Hide behind it.
Just go in a circle and just let that hit him.
It's okay. You still have me. I won't let you get through. You and...
There we go. Okay. Last fight? No other fight for me, please? Okay, it's not another fight. Oh, thank God. Okay. That one wasn't too bad. The mechanics were pretty easy for that fight. Okay. Okay, after the battle. Learning to use Caleb was rough for me? Oh, I gotta learn how to use him too, don't I? Especially for his deep space stuff. Okay. The fleet ship cruises smoothly in the sky as it's currently in autopilot. It resembles a colossal beast lurking in the night. Outside the porthole, an endless stream of stars flickers like a shimmering wave of light. In the aircraft cabin, Caleb puts me on the bed, retrieving a first aid kit. He sets it down and carefully removes the bloody fabric around my knee. Under the harsh light, the blood continues to flow. His gloves are dyed a bright crimson. I look away.
Does it hurt?
Are
you mad at me?
Yeah. No. As I hear him take out the medical equipment, I start to turn around, but then his hands cover my eyes. A fine needle pricks my skin, and the searing pain instantly dissipates. Caleb. I raise my head and look into his eyes. The explosion in the Cascade District was just an inconvenient excuse to justify the cleanup. Then there's Kevi and Mia. You. What have you been doing behind my back? Come on. Caleb wipes away the blood from my knee and disposes of the syringe. He retrieves a surgical skin stapler.
What do you think could have happened if I hadn't been there tonight?
Excuse you, you're not turning this around on me. I am questioning you. Click. The surgical skin stapler leaves behind a faint mark.
I can't bear going through the same pain again. Or do you want me to re-experience that loneliness because I left you?
What? What are we doing here? Caleb, this is... What? He's manipulative. He's so manipulative. That's not...
You shouldn't throw yourself into danger anymore.
Click. His fingers touch the stitched area and wipe away the tiny droplets of blood. Yes, the gas!
Whether those people live or die tonight, it doesn't matter anymore.
I am sorry, Caleb. What is going on?
Anyone who dares to wield power that isn't theirs must pay the price.
I'm sorry? What does that mean? I don't think they really had a choice in the matter, right?
The explosion was just an opportunity for the fleet to intervene. You arrived in Skyhaven at the wrong time.
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
Would anything change? Would it even make a difference?
I mean, I could have helped. He sets down the surgical skin stapler and bandages my wound. Then he calmly meets my gaze. So you kept me in the dark to stop me from doing anything. Did you really think I wouldn't question such protection? Kayla remains silent. I lick my dry lips, suddenly tired of arguing with him. Right? I don't think he's acknowledging like the bigger point we're trying to make in this whole thing. Like, it wasn't just because these people turned into ravaging monsters. Something else happened, man. Fine. Once your fleet ship lands, I'll leave.
No, you won't.
Huh?
Since you managed to escape once, we'll be going somewhere else.
I'm sorry? Excuse you, where are you taking me? He tilts his hand and cups my cheek, yet his fingers are freezing cold.
I will protect you.
Bro, please!
Until everything is resolved, I need to make sure you're safe and sound.
Oh, you're really locking us up this time.
Who did the Colonel bring back? Who knows, but since he ordered us to take good care of her, she's probably not a nobody.
With the mission over, Caleb takes me to a special care unit on the Farspace fleet ship. I can't even step outside of it. We're literally locked up. The walls, white as snow, are adorned with all sorts of medical devices. There are multicolored indicator lights dancing insistently. I don't know his rationale or how exactly I'm being kept here, though I couldn't care less right now.
Maybe she's also getting sent to Colonel.
How is she?
The medical examination is done. We're just waiting for the analysis. But because of the rain, the equipment indicates her vital signs are abnormal. Colonel, who's the injured?
An important target for observation. Is there a problem?
Mind your business.
No, I was just curious. I've never seen her before, so...
Girl. Look at the blue and white medical gown I'm wearing. It's ironic I got labeled as a target for observation. Their conversation draws to a close and is replaced by the sound of familiar footsteps getting closer. I return to the bed and lie down as if I haven't heard them speak. The door opens silently and Caleb walks in. The room's lights adjust with his every step.
Morning.
Could you at least give me something to do, like a Switch? Could I play like Mario Kart or something? Animal Crossing while I'm stuck here? As he nears the bed, the room brightens as if to imitate the breaking dawn. He pulls up a chair and sits down.
How are you feeling?
A bit pissed. Nah, we staying quiet. I'm sorry, you're getting the silent treatment from me.
We're in a bit of a stalemate, huh?
Mm-hmm. Caleb taps the vital signs monitor on the wall, and various data values appear in midair. My heart rate, my breathing rate, everything but my current mental state is right in front of him. Caleb, I need to leave.
You'll be out of here soon enough.
What does soon enough mean? Can I get a definitive date? Like a day, 2 days? He meets my gaze, his words seemingly admonishing me. When?
Depends on when your vital signs return to normal.
Since last night, I've heard the same response 3 times now. A question takes hold of me. It sends a shiver down my spine. Caleb. It's been a while since I said his name like that. Touched, Caleb's gaze finds mine.
Yes?
I would have cussed this man out. I love you, Caleb. I would have cussed you out in this moment. When you made me take that cold medicine that night, it wasn't just because you were concerned about my health, right?
You already figured out everything, right? Aren't I pathetic?
I mean, a little, but I guess it's fine. No, you're gonna ask. You can't tolerate shit. I need answers. And this is all just an excuse. You never planned to let me go since the beginning. I've had enough of him telling me not to... I've had enough of him not telling me the truth. I take the cup from the table and throw it at him. There we go! Let's go! The cup collides with his body and then shatters into pieces.
Did that help you calm down?
No. The water droplets fall and drench his immaculate uniform, yet his gaze remains unfazed. The person before me stays composed. The Caleb I once knew is gone.
Get some rest. It'll help you relax.
It's not helping me relax at all.
I'll check in on you later tonight.
Please do not come back, unless you're here to apologize. Bro, how is this gonna work out? We have to get back to Lincoln City, right? There's no way they're gonna end this on a cliffhanger. He drugged us? Yeah, the night we're supposed to meet up with Kevy, he gives us like 2 pills and a cup and said, hey, take this since it seems like you have a fever. So when we woke up, it did help our fever, but it also made us sleepy and we slept through the night. So he did want us to be better. He also wanted us to like not leave the house. So technically, I guess you could say he did drug us. He kept his true intentions quiet. Groggy, I open my eyes again. The world outside has already descended into darkness. A few lights twinkle like fireflies in the heavy mist. So we escaping right now, right? I sit up and scan my surroundings, but lately realizing I'm not at home. Everything that has led up to this moment feels like a surreal dream. The lights? I whip my head around and look out the window again. I can't clearly see what's outside, but in the mist are the outlines of tall buildings. Since Caleb wants to take me back to HQ, it seems the Farspace fleet ship has landed. It's a starship that spends most of its time in the sky. It doesn't always touch the ground, so it's our only opportunity to leave.
What's wrong? Where does it hurt?
I feel cold for some reason. My head is spinning. I can't see anything.
Hold on. I'll call for the doctor.
Ahaha. In one swift move, I pick up her limp body, place her on the bed, and tuck her in. Oh, a body double. Sorry. Bye, girl. I hope you're okay, though. After putting on the nurse's face mask and uniform, I push the cart along as I leave. Several officers wearing uniforms approach me. I lower my gaze and walk past them. But before I can breathe a sigh of relief, a voice calls out to me.
Excuse me, nurse.
Yeah? How can I help you? I turn around and make sure I don't stutter as I speak. A fleet officer walks up to me. He frowns as he gives me a once-over.
You're heading toward the armory. Why does a nurse need to be there?
I'm sorry. I thought the pharmacy was this way. Girl, we don't know anything about where anything's on the ship. I calm down and lie to him without missing a beat. I guess the person who gave me directions misunderstood my question. Fortunately, this explanation seems to have fooled him. He nods and points to the corridor in the opposite direction.
The pharmacy is over there. The armory is a restricted area, so you shouldn't be wandering around.
My bad, buddy. I'll make sure to never let that happen again. Okay, thank you, sir. I haven't even taken a few steps when that fleet officer calls out to me again.
Wait.
Is there something else you need?
You have stabilizers there, right?
He grabs these syringes from a box on the cart and shows me the number on his chest.
I'm taking some with me. Write it down on the list later.
You got it, buddy. Take all the stabilizers you need. He finally vanishes after making a turn around a corner, and my heart finally relaxes. What do you mean by stabilizer? I pick up a syringe from the box and turn it over to look at its label. Drug name, Cybazin. It can be used to combat emotional outbursts, enhance cognitive functions, and help patients stabilize their mental state. Only those with Turing chips may use it. This drug should not be used daily. What's a Turing chip?
You planted a mind control device in me. It's that chip.
Oh my god. Hold on. So Kevy had that little wrist thing like beep and say, hey, we gotta reset this man's memories to fix him when he had that outburst and started thinking he had to be sad about Mia's death. And this man said they planned a mind control chip in his head. So mind control chips, or at least chips that they can put in your head, are definitely a real thing in this world.
The chip.
Yup.
Rereading. Inputting memory.
So it's just something they have, apparently. Does Caleb have one? That chip must be the Turing chip. I know he's the colonel, but would he have had one at one point? The fleet officer must also have one. An absurd thought pops into my head. Yup. If chip implantation is common in the fleet, then Caleb might have gotten it too. In that case, maybe everything he's done so far wasn't of his volition. I hope to God it was a chip and not him not just that being him. Could the changes in his behavior also be related to the Turing chip? For a moment, I can't tell if I'm onto something or trying to excuse his actions. A few meters away, a large door suddenly opens. I hear a very familiar voice speak. Don't let it be Caleb.
Colonel.
Whoop! Time to go. Time to go. Time to go. Time to go. My heart skips a beat. I retreat and try to hide in the corner of the corridor. Before I can see who's with Caleb. However, he turns. His back blocks my view.
I heard you'll lead the fleet on a patrol through the depths of the Deepspace tunnel in 3 days.
3 days?
The Fountain of a Tay is about to enter its next phase. A banquet will be held in your honor before you leave.
3 days. Is Caleb gonna let us leave in 3 days?
I can't attend the celebratory banquet anyway. I have some personal matters to deal with.
Me?
The higher-ups gave the order. You shouldn't ignore them.
Caleb doesn't speak for a moment, before he responds in a lower voice.
Speculating on other people's thoughts isn't my forte. And since I've taken your place, I can order you to leave. Now.
Oh! Is who he's speaking to the previous colonel? Caleb reaches out and presses the sensor on the wall. The door rises. The man grunts as he leaves.
Come here.
Oh, he found out it was us? Stuyvesant comes close to the chip, but didn't Caleb say the crazy dude overdosed on that? Yeah, we read the label. It says it's not something to be taken daily, so I guess you can overdose on it. But I wonder what's the overdose number. In the empty corridor, Caleb suddenly turns around and looks at where I'm hiding. Bro, we can't go anywhere. Don't approach this man. Keep that cart in between me and him. I freeze and don't move. A few seconds later, a shadow looms over me and grabs my wrist.
Playing hide and seek now? Did you really think you wouldn't be noticed?
Yes, I actually did.
There are eyes in every nook and cranny. Does it look like you can escape?
Don't tell me this man saw us on a camera. You were brave enough to bring me to HQ. That means no matter who's suspicious of me, you'll have my back, right? Please let me go, Caleb. He stares at me for a long time, and then he laughs. For some reason, an ominous feeling washes over me. Let go of me.
You want to go home, right? I'll take you there now.
What are you? From the Far Space Fleet's headquarters to his home, Caleb remains silent. Click. The door is now locked, bro. I'm about to bust a window and get my ass out of here. This is what she meant by safe and sound? Lowering his gaze, he says nothing. Following his gaze, I found the wound on my knee has reopened. Does he have a tracker on us? I would not put it past him to have one on us, to tell you the truth.
Doesn't it hurt?
Answer my question first, Caleb. He suddenly picks me up and walks into the living room. I don't understand where this is going. What, captive bird? Oh no! We're really trapped in his home, aren't we? Like, Is this plan to keep us here forever? Ooh, we got a scene!
Sit first. We need to tend to your wound.
Try to be an all-authority voice on me? Is the colonel ordering me around, or is Caleb worried about me? This position, though.
Do you remember that injured cat you brought back home? Back when we were kids? We kept it in the backyard. But that cat always kept trying to run away before it fully recovered.
Bro, do not. Do not. Oh my god. I don't want to listen to this. No way, he's using his power on
Do
me!
you want to know what I did in response? I got a collar with a bell. I put it on the cat. That way, it couldn't escape without being noisy.
Oh my god.
If I had that kind of bell right now, I should make you wear it, right?
Holy shit. Oh my god. I want to be defiant though. Is this how you protect me? I just need to be glued by your side?
I know, it's unfair, but...
He is!
Analyzing vital signs.
Because of that monster, your wound is infected. Is there truly a way for you to run around without getting injured?
There is, believe me! Are you still the Caleb who confronted danger with me? I've had enough of your protection. Are you good, buddy?
If being with me only brings you pain, then just put up with this for 3 more days. Tie up loose ends. And then, all of this will be over.
3 days. Is that a definitive number? You're not going to change that. 3 days. 3 days.
Our reporters out in the field confirm the lockdown will be lifted after being in effect for weeks. The Force-based fleet assures everyone that the explosion in the Cascade District will not happen.
After all this is over, the fleet will return to the Deepspace tunnel. You'll be safe, for now.
Are you letting me go? In other words, you'll just disappear again and not even say anything?
Aren't you happy that you won't have to see me then?
I want questions, not you gone. Not questions, I need answers.
I'm about to leave. It'd be nice if we had a meal together.
Bro, so I have to listen to the colonel, even when it comes to eating and drinking now? Is the meal drugged? Because, Caleb, I'm having a hard time believing you.
But don't let it affect your health.
I'm not mad.
Growing up, we knew each other so well. Better than most, even. I could see through your lies when you'd blink. Bite your lip, and I could tell you were upset.
Is this how it's ending? There's no way it's over. In that case, tell me, what am I thinking about right now? I wonder, how did you turn to someone I hardly recognize?
Oh, I know. You're thinking some chip got put into my brain, right?
Kinda.
And now I am no longer who I used to be? What if I told you I was always like this?
Ooh.
Your life has threats around every corner. The people who are after your power, who want to hurt you, they should all just disappear.
Oh, I understand that, but...
You're only safe when you're by my side.
Bro, can I go out and do things though? I'd rather face danger head-on than safely live like this. I don't need you...
You don't need me?
Oh my god, what are we doing?
Alright. What do you need? You can tell me. We can return to Lincoln if that's what you want.
Bro, what?
If you want to return to the past, we'll rebuild our old house
Camera.
and move in together. And if one house isn't enough, I'll build you a whole maze.
Holy shit, he's so devoted though.
With everything you could ever want. It will be the most beautiful, stunning garden you've ever seen.
Oh my god, don't do this to me, Caleb.
No one will be able to find you ever again.
Wait a... Bro!
Protect you forever.
Caleb, you can't just... You're very important to me. and no one could ever replace you.
Really? I always held myself back and endured day after day
Oh my
after
God!
day. It was suffocating. But now, I'm tired of playing these games.
What are you doing, buddy? Are you not letting me leave now? Do not end it on there. I swear, do not end it. Go back. What do you mean? What are we doing? What are we doing here? Oh my god. What the hell, Caleb? I love you. I love the whole possessive rewind. Yeah, let's rewind and go back over a few things, sir. The thing I am mad about is you keeping secrets from me, even if it's to protect me. Like, be 100% real with me. What are we doing here? Caleb, you're killing me. I like the whole possessive obsessive thing, but my god, man, give me some freedom too. Okay, how is this gonna end? We're still stuck here. Oh my god. Okay. I found Caleb again. Yet the familiar person from my memories has been eaten away by some indescribable hidden pain. Only fragments remain. The night sky above Skyhaven is clear, but all its secrets are somewhere in the bottomless, unfathomable depths of his eyes. The night before he left, I dreamed about our childhood. I dreamt of Caleb and me running down the streets, skipping class, grabbing ice cream, and reading comic books. And I dreamt of that day when we held hands and became part of each other's lives.
Remember this. From now on, I'll always be by your side. It's okay. I'll always be there for you, and I won't hurt you. Why are you crying here by yourself? Who bullied you? It's okay.
Caleb, don't do this to me, man.
Hold my hand. You won't have to worry about losing your way when I'm here.
Are we actually going home? Is this how it's gonna end? We're just gonna leave with this tension between us and Caleb? The contrail left by the fleet ship splits the sky. It's like a line between dreams and reality. Rays of light pierce the clouds and bring the world back to a new, sunny day. On the runway, fleet ships are ready and waiting for their colonel to give the signal. Oh right, he's gotta leave. It feels like whenever we say goodbye, I'm always sending you off.
I guess it won't be a painful experience this time.
Because of our fight? His hand moves, probably to ruffle my hair, but he hesitates. His arm soon falls to his side.
All right. I'll be going now.
All right, buddy. Yeah. I lower my head, a lump forming in my throat.
Make sure you eat on time. Look after yourself.
Caleb turns around, his back disappearing as he gets farther and farther away. The fleet ship takes off and disappears into the sky, becoming specks in the distance.
I was so bored without you. I almost became a shriveled up peach.
And we're just going home like that?
By the way, Jenna mentioned you were at Skyhaven for a wedding. But what kind of wedding lasts that long?
Oh, Tara, if you only knew. Boy, Silas is, I let the world burn for you, then Caleb is, I will build you the perfect paradise. You would never know the amount of bloodshed I did for. That is like Caleb. Oh my god. This man is willing to do anything to protect us, even if it means caging us. With Silas would just say, I'll fight by your side. Oh, you know, my old friend is...
My boss is calling. Let's catch up later.
I end the call and put my phone back into my pocket. That's what I noticed. There's a strange object in it. Huh? When did this... Please don't do this to me. I take it out to get a closer look under the sun. It's an old yellow piece of paper with a kid's handwriting. Forgiveness coupon for Caleb. Valid for 100 years. Caleb, don't do this to me, man. Holding it, I feel a wave of sadness. Like bubbles ready to burst, erupt from the depths of my heart. Caleb, you dummy. I can't figure out what's real or fake with Caleb. But what I know for sure is that this person who's important to me, I don't want to lose him a second time. Are we done? Take me out of here. I want off this ride. This was such a turmoil of emotions. The Far Space Fleet has a spatium core fragment, and with that, the chapter on the explosion incident draws to a close. However, Mia's fate is enshrouded in mystery, and Kevy's future is uncertain with that chip. This isn't an ending, but the beginning of another story. An invisible web has been cast with the Aether Core acting as a lead ball. As a result, it has created a gravitational field that is strong as a black hole. Ever, the Far Space Fleet, myself, who knows how many more pieces are being pulled in. Either way, they're slowly or quickly rolling into a void. The Turing chip, the Fountain of Ete, those patients turn into monsters via experiments. Everything seems to lead back to one source, the professor who's lurking in the shadows. Can I get off the ride now? Oh my god, I'm still up here. Oh, where we at? Hold on. In the heart of Skyhaven's main island, opposite the Aerospace Center, are rows and rows of new buildings that popped up recently. Inside one of them, researchers are scurrying around with papers and walking into different labs. They are preparing to announce the biggest breakthrough of the century, so there's no room for mistakes. What breakthrough are we talking about? Hold on now. Caleb silently stands in the elements. Is vastly different from the dull gray and white of his surroundings earlier. A seamless, endless expanse of lush, green trees stretches out under a glass dome and a shiny silver roof. Where are you at, Caleb?
First, we went ahead and recycled those...
Fucking Viper 2?
Then, we paid the N109 zone a visit to get info on Onikinus.
Oh.
Our Skyhaven gig is almost over. Where's our next stop?
They've been everywhere like we have in the main story.
We practically spoiled Ever, and those old people in the fleet were like their personal hitmen.
Does he ever stop talking?
Kevy?
Don't think I won't beat you up because you're a kid.
You two, stop arguing. The professor said we're family, and families are all about love and kindness.
Who's this? Okay. So that's why Viper knew about Kevy being in the villa with the professor. So then Viper's one of the professor's kids. Viper leans against a massive tree. He puts his hands behind his head as he grumbles to himself. The other two are sitting nearby. A little boy and a girl wearing a black dress.
Where's Mr. Overprotective? Did he check in on his little hunter girl again? Healthy relationships are ideal, but the twisted ones, that's where the drama...
Before he can even finish, his head is made to spin 180 degrees. He finds himself staring into the brooding gaze. What's more frightening is that this person is genuinely smiling at him.
Your attempts to mess with me are lacking in creativity.
Yeah, like, I think before in the last chapter, we saw that Viper isn't completely human. Like, he has, like, augmentations in his body.
Where's the professor?
Inside. And can't you at least
put
my head back in place before you go?
Yeah, he's not 100% human anymore. A small mechanical bug flies in. It perches on his finger for a second before darting into the vegetation.
14 years ago, Josephine and her team defected. They kept quiet about that kid.
Grandma?
Best test subject. The Gaia Research Center was destroyed during the Chrono Rift catastrophe, and then the N109 zone took over.
This all has to do with Grandma too?
With Onikinus and those gangs around, retrieving their old experimental data and equipment is not an easy thing. Josephine and her researchers have been using fake names for years and kept this achievement of theirs a secret. But our investigation has paid off. Not to mention, Josephine and her traitors got what they deserved.
I'm sorry? Are you the reason why our grandma died? And that we thought Caleb died?
That means you found the child who disappeared back then.
Oh shit! Us? I think they're talking about us.
From what we've seen and how she's been acting, her powers haven't activated.
Caleb, please, what are you doing? The man with salt and pepper hair glances to the side. The youngster has entered the room. The child they're talking about is us. It has to be.
Compared to that broken thing, I'm a weapon perfectly primed forever.
Wait, I think I see what Caleb's doing. He doesn't want us to be experimented on, so he's talking about himself. He's saying, use me instead. And so Ever is a part of this. They're... Caleb calmly looks up and stares at the hologram in the air. It displays a massive hospital ward. In the darkness, there's a figure who's barely visible. Is it not us?
I've been waiting for many years.
Oh, that's who's talking, okay. The man on the hospital bed finally peeks out of the gloom. Half of his face is on the thinner side. His skin is so pale that it almost is transparent, and his voice carries the weight of pure fatigue.
So, don't make me wait anymore.
Bro, we're getting deeper into the story, but I got more questions.
Of course.
So who's this mysterious guy? After the man mentions a few key points, Caleb nods and walks into the lush green scenery. All is quiet. Then Professor Lucius raises his head, his gaze fixed on the hologram, materializing in midair.
The Fountain of Atay will be put into motion, and Ever will soon reveal its revolutionary vision to the world.
Ever about to go public?
We'll track down the missing child, but now isn't the best time.
Oh yeah, we are the missing child. Okay. He glances at the figure who has long vanished into the verdant vegetation, his gaze lingering on his right arm. There, hidden beneath the surface, lies the prized Kayla to be brought back to life. The mechanical arm?
At least it will be before he becomes completely useless.
Yeah, they have no... Oh my god, what are we doing? The human body is far too fragile. But by surrounding warmth and sensation, even the simplest modifications can transform flesh and bone into unyielding machinery. Electric currents will course through the neural network, numbing everything, taking control of everything until they completely replace him, turning him into a weapon, perfectly crafted for the task. Kayla, please, bro, get out of here! The old man smiles at the thought, anticipation glistening in his eyes. He looks forward to the day it happens. It's gonna end there, isn't it? It's gonna end there. Don't end there. Give me an extra scene. In the forest where shattered stars rest, a crystalline pool appears. as if infused with the wine of life. It's clear yet murky. In a young traveler, do not drink from it. Lost lover, do not drink from it. But when flowers wither in their sleep, when winds fall silent, when a vigilant owl closes its eyes. O fountain of Ate, cleanse my time, nourish my flesh, spare me from the loneliness of eternal rest. And it's the same thing. Spare me from the loneliness of eternal rest. So death? Are they looking for something for immortality? Be for real, immortality? Oh my god, I think we did it. Yeah, I think it's about immortality. Out of all things, immortality? Yeah, I think this is the end. Yep, I think we got it. Yeah. Is it really immortality? This whole thing is about immortality? Oh my god. Oh my god. All right, that was Caleb's update. I have so many more questions because everything's slowly coming together, but I'm still like, yes, Caleb's story was ridiculous. So this man is working with Ever and the professor. And it looks like Viper, Caleb, and that mystery girl are all people who have probably the crystals in their bodies and they're able to overcome it compared to the people that they had to clean up, quotation marks on clean up. So they are useful to the professor as his quote unquote children. And it looks like the professor knew about her grandmother and then the experiments and her colleagues. We know that they're basically, I think majority of them are dead. I can't remember if it's all of them or just like a few, or like majority of them are dead. But so we know he's part of why our grandma died and why Caleb quote unquote died too. And so Caleb has a mechanical arm. I remember before Caleb's story was released, they showed off him with that mechanical arm and him, I guess, being electrocuted. But it doesn't look like in the story we know he has that damn mechanical arm. Oh my god, I have so many more questions. I like that update a lot. That was much darker than I expected it to be. Oh my god. So Caleb, we can't really trust him because as it said at the end, like his mechanical arm's gonna eventually transform him into something he's not. So we were kind of on the money when we were like, there's a chip in his head that's messing him up. It might not be the chip, it's the arm that's slowly transforming him into someone he's not, someone we can't recognize in the future anymore. And it looks like they've been looking into other things too, especially with unkindness. So like whatever happened in Silas's chapter, they had surveillance on that too. I need another story update so quickly. I hope we do not have to wait another 6 months for another story update. I'm hoping like maybe 3-4 months we get another one because there's no way they can just leave off on that and say, all right, have fun with all the events and your boyfriends. We won't be able to figure out what's going on in this game. Definitely got really dark. I'm still so pissed off that Mia died. Mia, she was so innocent. She just wanted her brother back. And I honestly hope she didn't die lonely or in sadness, anything like that. To the very end, she probably thought she was still gonna reunite with her brother. And I just hope whatever the professor did to take her out, it was something peaceful. Maybe she just fell asleep and just died in her sleep. It's so much. Oh my god. Caleb. I love Caleb. I definitely love the scene when the man's like, I'll build all the houses. I'll go wherever you go as long as you're protected and away from people. That was peak right there. I enjoyed that. But Caleb is still suspicious to be. I don't know what's gonna happen next in the story. Everything's slowly coming together and I'm so excited to see how everything plays out. Like Caleb's carved his way into MC's life. He did, he disappeared and then he comes back and it's like, hey, I'm just going to be in your life no matter what. You can't really make me go away because I'm going to be there to protect you. And I like that he wants to protect us, but it's too much. Like, give us some freedom, something, man. Alright. That was Caleb's story. I enjoyed that a lot. So much darker than what I expected it to be, but it made it so much better. I was at the edge of my seat. I was tense. My heart was beating like crazy the whole time. So I'm wondering what the hell is going to happen. I honestly expected a bigger reaction from Caleb once he found us outside in that area when they were doing the cleanup. So I'm really excited to see that. Protection at what cost to those around us, yeah. Caleb 100% will murder a bunch of people just to protect us, and I can feel it in my bones. Ooh. Ooh, I unplugged it. Oops, that's perfectly fine. I was definitely ending stream anyway. But yeah, that was the chapter update. Give me a sec. There we go. That was the chapter update. Next stream will be... Thank you! I'm glad you enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun playing. Next stream is Wednesday. I'm gonna play Honkai Star Rail. I'm stuck on Pinakani, so we're gonna try and get through a bit of that. Hopefully, it'll be fine. Thursday, I am playing the event story for Love in Deepspace, so we're gonna have fun with some Savage Overture and have these guys chained up for us. I really enjoy this story right now. Oh yeah, but that is the end of the stream, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day. Bye bye!